That takes us to question number 20. Question number 20 has a slight problem. You need to not only find the equation of the tangent line, you need to find the equation of the line normal to the tangent line as well. And so I have my function f of x is equals to 3x cubed minus 2x plus 3. And I want to find the tangent at x equals 2. Well, to find the tangent at x equals 2, I need to use the equation y minus y1 is equals to m times x minus x1. To fill in this equation, I have three unknowns. I have x1, I have y1, and I have m. I need to find each of these unknowns to be able to figure out what my equation of my tangent line is going to be. The good news is I already have x1. x1 is the given value of x, so that's 2. To find y1, I simply plug in x1. So that's 3 times 2 to the third power minus 2 times 2 plus 3. And that is, using my handy dandy calculator, 2 cubed minus 2 times 2 plus 3. That is equals to 23. And so therefore that is my y1. And then my slope m comes from the derivative, which is equals to 9x squared minus 2. And I use
Boy, you're
x.
wasting time. It's already 01.
And then I use my x2. And so that's equals to 9 times 2 squared minus 2. Whew. 2 squared, that's 4 times 9 minus 2, that's equals to 34. And so that's my slope m, 34. Now that I have the three pieces, I simply plug them into the formula and simplify. So y minus y1 is equals to m times x minus x1. Y minus 23 is equals to 34x minus 68, and then I add 23. And so that gives us y is equals to 34x minus 45. Now to find the equation of the tangent line normal to the original tangent graph means that they're perpendicular. I am still trying to find the equation y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, and so I need the same three pieces of information. I need x1, I need y1, and I need m. Well, it just so happens that x1 and y will be the same, but m will be the opposite reciprocal, so that's negative 1 over 34. So I restart the process with the new m. And so I have y minus 23 is equals to negative 1 over 34 times x minus 2. I get rid of the 1 over 34, so I multiply both sides by 34. And so I get 34y minus, what's 23 times 34? Sheesh, that's huge. 782 equals negative x minus 2. I distribute the negative sign, 34y minus 782, negative x plus 2. And I add 782 to both sides. And so I get 34y is equals to negative x plus 784. And of course, I then divide by 34. Y is equals to negative 1 over 34x. And I can divide by 2. And so that leaves us with 392 over 17. And that right there is the equation of the line that is normal to your tangent line. Whew, it's a lot of work just to do question number 20. Question number 20 has a second part, x equals -3. I'll let you do that on your own. Same thing for question number 21. It's the same steps, so I'll let you do that. For question number 22, they give you the value of a car, V, is equals to 18,000. So you purchase the car for 18,000 and 9 to the T, and loses 10% every year. Find the value after 4 years. That's simply V of 4. That's 18,000 times 0.9 to the 4th power. So the value of the car will be 11,809 and 80 cents, rounding to the nearest cent. And then estimate the depreciation of the car in the 5th year. To find the depreciation, to estimate the depreciation, I need the derivative. The derivative of this exponential function will be exactly the same, but then I multiply by the natural logarithm of the base. And I am looking for the depreciation in the 5th year, and so I have to use 1 less for my time, so I use 4. So that's 18,000 times 0.9 to the 4th power, ln of 0.9. And you break out your handy dandy calculator. And your answer should be negative, because after all, that's the value we're losing. Negative 1244.29. So we lose approximately $1,244.29. Again, approximately, during the 5th year. So the value at the beginning of the 4th year will drop by that amount to get you the value at the beginning of the 5th year. Okay, so that's number 22, and that's number 23. Number 24, I have compounding continuously. They tell me that 24, the amount I am investing, my principal is $7,500. The rate at which my money is being saved is 12.5%. Compounding continuously, so I'm using an E. And so then the question is, find the value after 11 years. So you use the formula A equals PERT. The amount that I will have is equals to the amount I invest, E raised to the 0.125 multiplied by 11. All of this just goes into your calculator. Find the E button, and then 0.125 times 11, and so that is a tiny sum, $29,663.08. Not bad for 11 years of waiting. Can you wait 11 years? Who knows? What's the rate of change of growth of your savings? So to answer question number 25, it's blinking out on me. To answer question number 25, I first have to find the derivative. Well, I know the amount is equals to 7,500 E raised to the 0.125 multiplied by the time. The derivative of e to the x is e to the x, a prime, but I have to make a slight adjustment. 7,500 e to the 0.125t. Because of the complex function up here, it's not just e to the x, it's e to the number times x. When you have that happening, you have to multiply by the derivative of this term, which in this case right here is simply 0.125. Now that I have that, I just plug in 6, and that will give me my rate of change. So a prime at 6 is equals to 7,500 e to the 0.125 times 6 times 0.125. And that will tell me how much my money is growing by at that time. So again, you plug all of this into your handy dandy calculator, 6 years. And I get it's growing at a rate of approximately $1,984.69. During the 6th year, that's approximately how much money will go into my account. About almost $2,000 for that 1 year of savings. Of course, that will change each year as you go on growing your money. Number 26, differentials. You just have to remember 2 simple formulas. Delta x is equals to x2 minus x1, and delta y is equals to y2 minus y1. Well, I guess 3 formulas. And the differential of f is equals to the derivative f prime multiplied by delta x. So the question says f of x is equals to x cubed minus 6x minus 2. This tells us that x1 is 3 and x2 is 3.5. So delta x is simply 3.5 minus 3. The change in x is 0.5. Ooh, that's an ugly looking 5. Yeah, work on that. Then your delta y is a little bit harder. So to find your delta y, you gotta first find y1, which means you gotta plug in 3 into the equation. So that's 3 cubed minus 6 times 3 minus 2. Ooh, 3 cubed is 27. Minus 6 times 3 is 18. Minus 2, that's 7. And then y2 is 3.5 cubed minus 6 times 3.5 minus 2. And according to my handy dandy calculator, you gotta say it right, minus 2, you get an answer of 19.875. So the delta y is going to be 19.875 minus 7. And of course that's 12.875. And that right here is your delta y. The last one, to find the differential, I just need to find my f prime. Your f prime is going to be 3x squared minus 6. So therefore your delta f is going to be 3x squared minus 6 multiplied by delta x. And that right here is my differential function. Remember, the differential only works close to x1 and works better when you have a small difference between x1 and x2. It is used as an approximation for the derivative. Alright, last question, number 27. How much will the profit change? So they tell us that the cost is 2,000 plus 4x plus 0.05x squared, and they tell us that the revenue is 8x minus x squared over 2,000. And they ask how much will the profit change. Output goes from 2,000 to 2,200 units per week. Very simply, I first find the profit function. Is simply r of x minus c of x, which is 8x minus x squared over 2,000 minus parentheses 2,000 plus 4x plus 0.05x squared. That is negative x squared over 2,000 minus 0.05x squared. If you distribute the minus sign, all of these become negatives. So 8 minus 4, 8x minus 4x is positive 4x. And then I have a minus 2,000. And so this is my profit function. I simply need to find P of 2,000 and P of 22 and then subtract the two answers. So P of 2020. Isn't that the name of a movie or something? Oh, I gotta plug all of this into my calculator, don't I? Negative x squared divided by 2,000 minus 0.05 x squared plus 4x minus 2,000. And then we gotta plug in 2200. When you plug in 2200, let's try that again. When you plug in 2200, you get negative 1965.00. Let me double check that. 2200. Negative x squared negative x squared divided by 2,000 minus 0.05 x squared plus 4x minus 2,000. Yeah, so that answer is not correct. It is 19,980.2, and then P of 2,000 and then is negative 19,600, and then you just gotta subtract those two answers. So 1, 2, 3, 0. And you get the profit will go down by $3,980, and so therefore you should not make more units. Alright.